Hello. So now I start part B of this video, Success Mantra for bank officers. First two points I have already dealt in part A of this video. So coming to part B. Now I am dealing with the personal issues or personal matters and how those matters will have to be handled. At personal level, our mindset will have to be changed. Easygoing mindset will not work. It will not help. Every point of time when you will be working, you will have to always keep in mind whether whatever I am doing today, shall it be relevant in next 5 years? Is it that I am doing that? Managing stress is going to be most important. About that I shall be telling you in my next videos, followed by this series. And one should be always careful about mind, body and soul, and you should always get the signals from your body and mind. Officers will have to learn switch in and switch off. You go to the office, you switch in office, you come out of the office, you switch out of the office. As I told you, managements will try to see that you are available 24/7. My personal tip to you is that I observe that ego always motivates, but very high ego it disturbs, it creates problems, it stress, it creates friction amongst ourselves. And most important thing I want to tell you here is that whenever you are taking tricky decisions, whenever you feel that you are in dilemma as to what decision should be taken, then always rely on your sixth sense. Your sixth sense will always tell you what is right and what is wrong. And in that case, go by what your sixth sense tells you, and I'm sure you will be taking the decision in the interest of the bank, and in future also you will never be questioned for those very tricky decisions. And you will have to always keep in mind that whatever knowledge you may have, whatever skills you may have, they can become redundant overnight. Just within, if not overnight, just within 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, something new will come and your skills will become redundant. The other point I would like to mention that we should learn decision making. Don't run away from decision taking. By and large, don't feel bad, but by and large I observe that the decision making is avoided. That will not help in near future. When I am talking about decision making, always learn to say no. When you are told to do something which are not in the interest of the bank, be firm and say no. That also learning you need to develop. The other point, though personal, I would like to say that never indulge into any gossips. No gossips. Never utter bad words, even behind the back of your colleague or your bosses or your management. Please try to become one amongst many. Don't try to be leader at all the times. It is not possible. So try to be one amongst and contribute yourself. Then another important point, okay, you will have to mobilize courage, but you should learn to say no when you are asked to work on holidays and Sundays. It takes your toll, it takes your health, it takes your stress, it disturbs your family. Once in a while in blue moon, if you go and work on a holiday and Sunday, it's okay, I can understand that. But it should not be a rule. The other point, time management has to be rule of the day, and you will find many books, many tips, many lectures, many articles on time management. So I leave it that area for your own jurisprudence and your own understanding. Be a good listener. Most of the time we presume what the person opposite us is going to say. We presume that and we just don't listen. We will have to be good listeners. And when your body or mind is signaling that you are exhausted, you are tired, just stop there. Work can wait. Don't worry about pendency. Work will wait, pendency will wait, but your health, if it deteriorates, it's very difficult to recover it. Now I take you to the next point of my video, that is about finance and long-term short-term management of your finance as I perceive them. At present, the atmosphere is being created in such a way that investment is disincentivized. Even if you invest, there is no incentive for that. So person tends to spend. So don't do that. Go on saving. Keep your liabilities very limited. It's a key point for your success. Then another important point, avoid gambling in intraday. Please avoid. It is not allowed as per conduct regulations also. At the same time, never go into any cryptocurrency, bitcoins and that coin, this coin, don't go anywhere that. The another point about finance, I would like to tell you that all experts are saying that every month you should save minimum 30% of your net take-home salary. Now about your loans, your total loans, overall loans should not be more than 60 times of your net take-home pay. This is very important to be successful in financial matters. Never allow your loans to go beyond 60 times of your net take-home, and that shall be very crucial. You plan your retirement life, plan your retirement fund, select tentative, this is very important, select tentative location where you would like to settle after your retirement. You need to think and accordingly you plan. More you delay, more it would be costly for you. Then you will have to save for the medical expenses and educational expenses of yourself and your family. Now the experts are saying that with new educational policy, the cost per child as far as education and medical is concerned, without going to the higher studies and educational loans of 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs, would be around 25 lakhs. So you should prepare yourself for that. Then you should avoid habit of availing loans only because they are easily available. Being banker, many loans will be available to you. But avoid that. You should try to understand what is necessity and what is lavishness. Then you should have term loan policy. By and large, all our loans are insured, but all those are accident insurance. Remember, accident insurance don't help. Your every loan should be insured by way of term loan. You should have to go for used term loans. And it is better to have your own independent mediclaim policy. The management will give, bankers will give, the government will give, but you should have your own mediclaim plus policy. The other important point which I would like to share with you is that think of annuities. If I presume that your average age today is 35, and if you presume that in just 10 years the deposit becomes double. Now presuming that you are able to save 5,000 rupees per month for 10 years from 35 to 45, you invest 5,000 rupees per month. So from 45 to 55 you will get 10,000 per month. 55 to 65 you will get 20,000 per month, and from 65 to 75 when you will be retired you will get more than 10, 20, 40, 80,000 per month, which will be much comfortable position putting you. So start considering annuity. What is NPS? NPS is ultimately, finally, it is annuity only. And from 35 to 45, if you deposit 5,000, and from 45 to 55, if you can add another 5,000 and make it 15,000 per month, then nothing like that. You will get more, 1,20,000 per month as a pension. Then always be aware of deposit insurance rules. As I told you, save 30%. Then I told you, limit your loans 60 times of your net income. In many banks, there is a condition. And the outer limits are foisted on the officers, that an officer, how much loan he should avail from all the schemes of the bank, outside schemes, cooperative banks, all these things. They don't allow you to have and in that case, asset liability statement comes into the picture. As we know, the life expectancy is going up. So, as I told you, opt for the term life insurance. Have medical insurance aptly. And as I told you, loans should be insured. Another point which I would like to tell you that you are having Provident Fund or NPS and all that. Don't make any additional voluntary contributions to either your PF or your NPS, because rules will be changing. In case you have difficulty at the time of retirement, the PF cannot be forfeited. Your original NPS contribution cannot be forfeited. Who knows what happens that time if there is a problem. As I told you, asset liability should be taken very seriously and carefully. Then on a personal point, I would like to suggest always be transparent with your spouse on all financial matters. A new trend is developing all over that there is a thinking of preparing a joint will by spouse and both partners together to prepare a joint will, and that saves lots of problems and all these things. So these were the things I wanted to share with you. on the personal agenda. Now, let me take one more point here because just 10 minutes are over. Now, what we should do while we are working, what shall be the situation, how the things will go change, how the things will undergo change. Now, in days to come, in new era of customers enjoying their right and insisting for their rights, customer convenience shall always come first, and then employee convenience will be there. But at the same time, you should always keep in mind, being officer, that the problem of customer is a problem of customer. The moment you start thinking that customer's problem is your problem, you are bound to deviate. You are bound to come into trouble. You are bound to take a decision which is not in the interest of the bank. And that is why I always keep in mind that the problem of customer, you should listen, you should be patient. But problem of customer is his problem, and you can help him within the framework of the bank, and never consider that the problem of customer is your problem. Always you should know about new policies. All policies will come, then different regulations will come. Those regulations you will have to be prepared with that. Very, very touchy. Every decision becomes important. As far as bank officers are concerned, when it comes to conduct regulation, I would urge upon you that regulation 3.1, 2, 3, 4, those four regulations should be always ringing as a bell in your brain and in your mind when you take every decision. In new era, there should be, the targets will be used. Beyond imagination, you will be given the targets. And when targets will be used, your sanctioning powers will also be increased. Lots of pressures will be there. Sanctioning powers will be increased. And my personal feeling is that in days to come, the committee approach in sanctioning of loan, committee approach of sanctioning, taking small decisions will go, because people, I personally feel that sometimes committee approach is misused. So nobody is responsible and everybody is responsible and nobody is responsible. And you like to keep in mind that most of the time, boss is always right. There is no point in struggling with boss. Always try to keep in mind, as we always say, customer is right. And as I told you, learn to say no again and again, I will tell you. The another important point which I would like to emphasize upon you, that while you are working for 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, learn to take a break of 2 minutes after every 1 hour. Ask your customer sitting before you to wait. Ask your colleagues sitting around you to wait. Take a break of 2 minutes. Get up. Do some small pranayams. Do some mudras, say Shanmughi mudra, or relaxation mudra, or dhyana mudra. While walking also you can do all these things. Go to other table, crack some jokes, interact, talk about family, exchange information about the achievements of your family. But after every 1 hour, make a rule, that 2 minutes break, and nobody is going to question you. Nobody is going to complain for that. And you should convince the customer, this is my break time, give me 2 minutes, I'll be back. And you should leave your chair after every 1 hour. The another point I would like to tell you, that whatever work has been allotted to you, whether it is huge or less, and never compare it, whether I am overburdened or my colleague is having less work. Never compare, because that adds to stress. Completing the allotted work give more relief than comparing and questioning and arguing for the overload work. Another point I would like to say is that give your leave plan 6 months in advance to your leave sanctioning authority. You should give in advance, nothing to be done, nothing secret. Then, as I told you, when you will taking decision, using your sixth sense, put complete remarks on the paper, explain the situation, write down, take out the copies, take out the photocopies, mobile copies, keep it in your archive, mail it to your personal mail, and be ready tomorrow if you may be asked for something. Another point, very crucial, I would like to tell you that I personally feel that every officer in banking industry should have a call recording facility in the mobile. All are using smart mobiles, so call recording facility should be there. As I told you, all regulations you should keep handy with you. The other point I would like to stress upon, I am observing that tensions to the officers for pendency is huge. When you leave the office, when you leave the branch, when you leave your administrative office, something always lingers in your mind. Arey Baba, I am leaving the office, but there is large work pending. So I would like to tell you, I know this statement is going to be a controversial statement, but I would like to make it that there is no standardization of workload in banking system. How much accounts one should handle, how much loan accounts one should monitor, how many sanctions one should give in one single day, what could be the optimum number of PEB for any employee or per bank officer, which is always more than double than the PEB, actual PEB. How many transactions one should handle, how many crores of transactions one should take care of, how much monitoring, document innovation, G2, all these things. There is no standardization. So long as you are not availing leave without pay, so long as you are doing 7.5 works every day, 6.5, 7 hours work every day, even if the work remains pending, don't bother for that. Don't take tension for that. Give your full, work full, and no need to worry about all these things. Another trick I would like to share with you. Now industry is fighting for 5 days week. We all are fighting for 5 days week. We have got two weeks, 5 days week. Now another 26 weeks we want 5 days week. So I would like to share a trick with you. Presuming that there are 26 weeks in which we want 5 days week, you have got 20 holidays. Let us presume that 15 holidays of that, they fall during the period of those 26 holidays where you don't have 5 days week. So one holiday is already there, and you have got 12 casual leaves in your hand. So you should avail casual leave in such a way that have a casual precisely and predominantly during a week in which Monday to Saturday, banks are working for 6 days. In those 6 days, you avail your casual leave. So 12 weeks you get 5 days week, 26 week you already have, 10, 12 holidays you already have. So it is almost 48 weeks, 52 weeks. So 5 days week will always help you, will always give you lots of reliefs. Try to give concession to your colleagues, allow them to go early. Sometimes you sit late, a little late, sometimes allow your colleague to leave early. And as the technology will go, as new apps will come, as I told you, you will be monitored, you will be located. As we see that in all branches, CC cameras are set there, but they are not being used against us. They are for our protection. So in that situation, at the place of work, I gave you few good tips about management of tension, management of pendency, management of 5 days week, management of all your stress and all these things. With this, I conclude this part. We'll call it as a part B, and shortly I will come back with part C to discuss remaining 3-4 points of this video series, Success Mantra for a Bank Officer. Thank you. Await my next video, part C. Thank you.